But apropos of it, were there many air raids around this area?
There weren't a lot.
No.
We had various wards because a lot of the bombers when they came over the Haverford area or Newbury areas, going to the Midlands, like
Yes.
the Coventry and all things like that. The nearest bombs I can remember, there was one quite close to the railway line in Home Farm. That is between the back road to Kintry and the railway line. For years you can see this crater there. I don't think it damaged the railway line. It may have damaged the telephone cables, wires going on, but that was one of the nearest of them.
So the line was never put out of action.
No.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So that is the ARP control centre. Yes,
We didn't know anything about that. It's exciting.
no, it's fantastic. As I say, in these days you get all these various communication systems, but for 1940-41, this man didn't have devised a system. It was absolutely fantastic.
Did you have an auxiliary ambulance service for the war in Hungerford apart from your father's St John's?
I suppose so, but I can't quite remember. I seem to remember one or two extra ambulances.
But your father's work was obviously carried on.
Oh yes.
By his...
Oh yes, it was carried on after.
So we interrupted you with your notes.
Yes,
Yes.
I was just going to quickly look through. During, of course, the early days in Hungerford, we also had not only a vicar, but we had a curate. As I told you about.
I think...
You've heard about the curate.
Yes.
Was it Betty?
Betty.
Yes.
Yes, you know, we had the vicar, the Reverend Warden King. He was here for many, many years. And then there was a Reverend Inchhold. He was a curate for many years, and he lived in Church House. Part of Church House was converted into a sort of flat, and he lived there. And we also had a Church Army captain. Have you heard about the Church Army captain?
I haven't heard of it.
That was the mission.
Basically looked after St John's Mission Hall, and he did a lot of good work. He was a little short, dapper man with almost a very red face. There again, rather an amusement to the youngsters of those days, but we respected him, and he did a lot of good work. If anybody had any problems, you could go to him, and he would listen and try to get the problem ironed out. And think of the other churches. Of course, we had the Wesleyan Chapel on Bath Road, which we may have got, the Methodist in Bridge Street. And strange to say, in the early days, we didn't have a Catholic church. There was no Catholic church.
The people had to go to Newbury then?
That's right, yes.
When was that built, the Catholic Church?
The Catholic Church was built, I think I'm right in saying it was 1939, just before the war. It came in sections, and it was early 1939 that it was built on that side. It has been continued. And of course in the medical services, of course we for many, many years only had two doctors here. Dr. Wade James, who lived at Riverside, and Dr. Starkey Smith, those were two of the doctors. And of course the surgery was at the old Manor House, which stood on the site of the Gateway supermarket.
Because the population was much smaller.
Oh
wasn't
yes.
it? So it was...
in round figures in 1939, I would say 2,000, which is very different to 6,000.
6,000.
Roughly round figures.
I would have thought more almost.
Well,
I think
could
all
well
the
be
building.
right.
I don't know. I was just thinking of all the building that's gone on in
Yeah,
this place.
yeah, it could. Coming up to 7, I suppose. But at this surgery, which was at the Manor House, it was a very dark, dingy little room.
Well, I know them.
And very different to surgery today, but people went down and we got over our various problems. I can't remember if it was a buzzer system or if the doctor just came out. I think
Probably came out the door was next, please.
Please, I think that was how it was. And of course we did have our original gasworks. Am I running out?
No, I'm just wondering, I'm just sure I was making it clear properly.
The original gasworks, which was in Charlton Street, we had that for many years. And of course we did have our own electricity works. The Wessex Electricity, they were down in Smith Bridge before it was taken over by the National Grid. And of course we we always had our waterworks at Salisbury Road. For many years there was a gentleman, Harry Chapman, he was the manager of the waterworks.
But you didn't get main drainage until
Oh no,
fairly
20s or something, so it's been reasonable down in the range. I can remember, but I was talking about the